Welcome to Good Foods. Today we're making something really delicious. Cheesy herb rolls, which would be perfect for any table, but they're just that special that they would work well for your holiday table. Here's what you need. You need 3 cups of flour, 2/3 cups of buttermilk. I put them in this and into some very hot water to bring my buttermilk to room temperature. 1 whole egg, also at room temperature. 2/3 cups of water that is blood warm, around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese and 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, thyme, and basil. 1 tablespoon of sugar, just granulated sugar. 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. I'm using instant yeast. This is what's used in bread machines, but it works well. Now I'm going to put my sugar and my yeast into my water. Going to give it a little stir. So I'm going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. While our yeast is rising, I'm going to add the dry ingredients, which is the 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, thyme, and basil. We put no salt in this flour because the cheese is salted plenty, so we don't need to add salt. So I'm going to sift my flour. And you see, a lot of my spices would not go through. That's totally fine. They don't need to go through. As you can see, I've got some bubble action, so that's fine. We're going to get started. So to my bowl, I'm going to add my yeast and water. I want to try to get as much of the yeast. Some of it's still in my cup, and the sugar is as well, so that's good. Now, I'm putting all my wet ingredients in. This is for the buttermilk, 2/3 cup, 2/3 cup of water. Alright, let me see if I can get my dog to do this every time I do a video. Every single time. Alright, so I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to add my egg. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1/4 cup of basil leaves, chopped up basil, and that's Italian basil, not the curly kind. That's not basil, it's parsley. Sorry. That's the Italian parsley, not the curly parsley. Now I'm adding my 1/2 cup of Parmesan grated. and 1/2 cup of mozzarella grated. See, it's coming together. Now, I always hold back a little bit of liquid. Instead of adding a cup, I added 2/3 of a cup because you just never know. Flour, some of them are moister than others, and the humidity all have effect on flour. So, if I need a little more, I will be adding it. Here's my other third. See, I've got it on standby here. Alright. Now this will make a two, and it's very wet. I do not need to add anything. I may need to add more. Can't believe it. Unbelievable. May have to add a little more liquid. But we'll see. You don't want your dough to be too wet, because if it is, you'll get a flat, it won't rise as high. I will be back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to let this run just like this for 5 minutes. All right, let's check it out. All right, soft, very soft. It is sticking to the bowl. Oh, nice dough. Very nice. I'm very happy with it. Oh, yes. This is going to make lovely rolls. And it's ready. The more bread you make, the more you'll get the filling. See, I can see that window. It comes out. That gluten is just very nice. I mean, see, it's just nice. And I can feel all that cheese in there. Ooh, this is delicious loaf. Okay, I got a nice little ball. Put it in my bowl. When it comes up to the top of this, it'll be double. I'm going to just drizzle a tiny bit of olive oil. I did oil my bowl. I'm going to put a little bit on top of so that it doesn't stick to my wax paper, because I use wax paper to cover, not plastic. The best thing to do with to let it rise is to put it in the oven, unless you got something in there, unless the oven's on, and just let it take its time and rise to double. And if it's an hour and a half, that's fine. I will see you back when this is done, probably in about an hour. Well, I've been on the phone with my sister, and it got a little bit bigger than I wanted. Look at that, how clean that came off. But anyway, so here you go. I'm going to break it down. And it is 10 after 4. So these definitely going to be rolls. I hadn't really totally made my mind up. And see, a lot of times I've got the olive oil and I don't even need flour on my cutting board. And I'm just going to, let me fold these over. You do this, and you just roll your hands like that over the top. You know, you want to try to get it even, but it's no big deal if you don't. Alright, so I'm going to cut it in half. basically, kind of, half, 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 half. And see, they're not the same. Some are bigger than others. Oh my God, they smell so good. And I'm going to cut a little bit off the bigger ones, because I'll be giving that to the little ones. These are my excess. Alright, you got to get a feel. You want to get a feel to your dough, and you just cup your hands, just like that. See? And you just roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it around in your hand, just like that. And these aren't going to be tiny. You would want to do half this size, really. You want to do half this size. You're making them for dinner, whatever. And if you want to make it really, really good, you want to make sure that you could weigh them, but you don't have to. This is still too big. This is a little big. I can feel it when it cups in my hand. You can tell about the size when you cup them in your hand like this. That, perfect. Let me see what I got. I could just tear off the dough and do the same thing I just did. See, and this one's a little bigger too. What? Plan doesn't come together when you're in a hurry. These are going to they're going to take about 40 minutes to rise. Look at that. It's got a nose on it. So I'm going to tuck it under. It's a little bigger than the other ones. So this one, this one's a little smaller. It's a little smaller. I'm just pushing it in the middle, folding the others over. My yeast is very active. Yay! It's a little big. So these are going to be big rolls. And when you're having, the bigger rolls, these are going to be big enough to make, they're going to end up about like double. They're going to end up about like that, which would be a great sandwich for a turkey. What have I got here? 3, 6, 9, 10 rolls. Ten rolls out of 3 pounds. No. Still got that. Oops. May have to separate them a little more. You want to give yourself some room to rise. You got to remember it is rising, so you want to make sure you have room for that rise. You don't want to do that. I'd usually do 5 and then 5, just like that. That's how I try it, and it works out well. Alright, I'm going to brush on the top a little bit more olive oil, just a little bit, just a little touch here and there, just so, and cover them with wax paper again, just a touch. Well, too much. Well, there you go. Pick it up like that. I love olive oil. Absolutely love it. Hush, Sarah. It's going to be, we've got 2 dogs, and I can guarantee you every time if you go and listen to my videos, you're going to hear one or the other doing the same thing. They do not like me talking. It's like I'm talking and ignoring them. Talking to someone else and ignoring them. he doesn't want to go. I'll open the door. You want to go outside? No, they don't want to go outside. They just want me to stop and pay attention to them. It's my fault. I've spoiled them. Okay, so now they all have a little olive oil on the top. I'm going to put wax paper on it just the way that it is now and leave this to rise in the oven for about 40 minutes, and they should be good to go. We'll come back to you then. All right, just took them out of the oven. Baby, do the turn around. It's got a hollow sound. That's how you know they're done. 2, you can give them a little squeeze. Ow, it's too hot. And they'll continue cooking a little bit. So please like and subscribe. Bob's going to do a taste test because he wants to. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, ring the bell. Because I will be posting all kind of nut breads, cranberry, just all kind of things that you can put on your holiday table.
Ha!
He just got off work. Oh, baby, Kai, that.
Very good, thank you. Very good. I like it a lot.
Good.
Thumbs up, both of them.